How's it going, everybody? My name is LC, and today we are here with another Marvel Mystic Mayhem video. This is a very differently structured video than I would normally do. We've all done tier lists and we all, kind of made our own formulated opinion, but I've decided to do a top 10 character like this month kind of thing, if that makes sense. So basically, I'm just gonna rank all the characters that I find good for this month, like in my top 10, and then we'll go from there, or at least like the top 10 characters of the meta that I at least fine with. And ignore the Emma images, they just came out like half for some reason, I don't know why. But anyways, so that's how the video is gonna be structured. I'm gonna go from like descending to ascending, so we're going from 8, 9, 10 up all the way up to 1, and then we'll make our informed decision. But I would love to know what you guys think of the list as well. Like if you guys disagree or have any inputs, I would love to know that as well. As for the announcement, I am officially a part of the Marvel Mystic Mayhem creator program. So your boy, we up now, we all up, we are up. So I am super thankful. Glory to God, of course, and I'm thankful to you guys as well, who've been, of course, engaging with the content and just been supporting me up to this point. I sound like it's an Oscar, but it's really, hey man, I'll take it. It's where I've been low-key been waiting for this day for a long time. So super excited to announce it, super excited to be a part of once again the Marvel Mystic Mayhem program, and I'm excited to bring more content even further to you guys. So with that being said, let's get today's video started. So starting off with the 8, 9, 10 group, guess we're starting off at number 10. I'm gonna put Armor. I know it's weird, I didn't think she'd be on here, but honestly, she's my goat. What more do I need to say? Defense peak, her abilities peak, everything about her just literal peak. The defense is great. Now maybe I could have done like it's just legendary characters only, but I felt like Armor just had enough to just make it to like the top 10 contender list, because she's just that good. Like her defense is really shine. Again, of course, her damage isn't all that great, of course. I can't dispute that. Like it's not the greatest, but with what she's a team player. She's definitely like a defensive linebacker when it comes to your teams. Now, of course, I haven't used her as much as high, and let's say like Captain America, of course, I do think he does more. But like when it comes to like nitty gritty or like certain situations, I will find myself using her, even though she is even like not like the same level as everyone else here. She still does again great things while she's like level 60. She's built different. When's her costume coming? That's what I want to know. It's taking too long, man. I mean, at the time of this recording, I don't know if it's in yet. I hope it is by the time this is posted, but we'll never know. But yeah, Armor number 10. No complaints there, but let me know if you disagree. Next up, we have, who are we gonna pick? I'll say, and this is actually gonna be tricky, and I think people might get mad at me for this, but I want to say Juggernaut, because he more or less does the same, but he does have that damage output that kind of makes him like a bit leagues better. Well, not leagues, but like it's more apparent than like let's say Armor's case, where like her damage isn't as great. Juggernaut's damage does make up for it, and his defense like I guess output is much better too, so he can take a good hit and dish a good output of damage out there too. So he's my number 9. Again, you don't have to agree, it's all good if you don't, but to me that's just where I feel he's at. Again, he's a great character, like in all the game. Again, he's top 10, but like I just don't think he's all the way up here, but it's not to say he's bad by any means. Okay, moving on to number 8. This is, and I hate to put him here, like I don't think he really deserves to be here per se, but again, there are characters who do more than what this character does, and this character is none other than my boy Gambit. He's not that he's like the worst on this list, and like I don't want people to think like, oh, just because at the bottom that means the character's bad. That is not what I'm saying. It's like out of all these characters, these are the characters I'm going to use more, I'm going to rely on more, and like they're going to get me out of pickle situations. That's kind of all of what it is. Gambit, he does have a lot of potential, and when it comes to like single target damage, he is that guy. He will do immense damage for you, and him applying the defense down and the dashing, it's all like great like utility. And I love the way it's designed. It's perfect the way it's made. I don't think he could necessarily, like, of course, other than his highlight, I don't think he really needs to be like fixed or anything in any way. Like I just think he's perfect the way he is. But again, there's characters that do more, of course. So it's like it's not that he's hindered, but yeah, they're just characters that do more. You know what I mean? So he's gonna be my number 8 pick. You know what I mean? There's nothing, you know, again, biased towards him as a character. I just think that he's just number 8. He's not bad by any means, but he's just number 8. Now, as for content, like, I know a good portion of the game is kind of like there's a lot of enemies on the field, so I do think that's probably the only thing that does hold him back. Because even though he does have a ultimate where it hits multiple enemies, its main thing is that it does more damage to that one person who has that, you know, vulnerability defense down, right? So it's like you can't really maximize Gambit to the best of his ability when it's kind of like there's more than one enemy on the field, right? Don't get me wrong, like, he still has his moments where, like, on the field, if he's fighting, let's say, you know, the Kraken boss, right, and you fight his, you know, his tentacles, and then you're fighting him, Gambit, you can put Gambit to just fight, you know, the main Kraken, right? That's what I enjoy doing, and I think it's much more efficient. But like, let's say when you're fighting, like, I don't know, like 15, like those insects things, right? It's like he'll do good damage, but it's just like against the horde, it's like he get overrun very easily. Again, which is totally fine. Not every character can do everything, right? So it's totally okay. I do think Gambit's probably just mainly good for like boss missions and like I guess, yeah, mainly just boss missions, because they're just mainly like one enemy on the field, so like you can just rely on him just, you know, throwing the you know, his cards, lowering the defense, and doing damage, right? So yeah, that's just my reasoning for Gambit. But a number 8 pick, he's still good though. He's still really good. I do have my use for him every now and then, but so far number 8. Now we are moving on to the 6-7. Bro, I'm sorry, it was right there. I could not pass that up. This is actually going to be kind of tricky. I'm not you. No. Who belongs in the 6-7? This is actually kind of, it's kind of tricky. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Okay, don't get mad at me. No. I know it's gonna be weird. I know. Does Iron Man belong at the 7th row? Because he's good, but I don't really have. It's like I use him for similar things to, like, let's say Scarlet Witch, right? But like, when it comes down to it, I'm not really gunning towards Iron Man. Not that he's bad though. I do see a lot of people use him in boss missions or what's it called, that limited mayhem event thingy. Like he's that guy. He does an insane amount of output damage. His crits go crazy. His dashing is fantastic too, and also his AoE ultimate is fantastic as well. But he basically does what Gambit does, but he just focuses on, you know, like ranged or blast attacks, right? So it's kind of like there isn't that much difference between the two. I do think he's a little bit more flexible when it comes to certain things. So like, let's say if you're fighting a stage where there's more than, like, you know, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 enemies, Iron Man can handle that. He can hit more than one enemy at a time with his special skills / ultimate. So that is, you know, not a bad thing. Of course, it's more viable in my opinion. But other than that, that's kind of it. Like, he get great high output damage, great for AoE enemies and like a lot of enemies on the field. Survivability is okay, but other than that, yeah, it's just he's okay. He's good, but like, again, I'm not gonna like go out of my way to say, oh yeah, I need Iron Man on this, you know, on my field to play right now, unless, like, you know, the boss has his element of color. Then I'm like, sure, I'm gonna throw Iron Man on. But if it's like a regular boss I'm fighting where like you need, or not need, but like you just have to just use any character you want, then I'm not really gonna go towards and get Iron Man. But he is still very, very viable in a wide variety of stages. Mainly, I think, like your resources stages. Now, moving on to number 6. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. I know. I know. Thor's at a 6. And technically that's a good thing. He's almost at the halfway point. He's, I think, out of this whole list, well, yeah, it's weird because Namor, but like, I'll say he's probably one of the better might or fighter characters in the game. Like, with his attack speed, you know, hitting multiple enemies with his ultimate. What's it called? He also, I think he electrifies the whole. Well, he gives a buff and then he electrifies like the surrounding enemies within the area. with his buff, right? That's a really broken ability, might I add. Like, it does a lot of damage and attack speed, right? It's peak. It's a fantastic. I've like used him on like the more difficult stages, or like stages where like I can easily get overwhelmed by like the onslaught of enemies on the field. I think that's what he kind of excels at. Not to say that he's not great anywhere else, but it's kind of where he shines, in my opinion. But I do think he has a lot of viability, like in a wide variety of game modes. So it's kind of hard to like pin him exactly like where he fits best. But to me, I think it's, you know, just again those like high onslaught of enemies. But the reason why he's number 6 for me, while although like his damage is apparent and like he can handle a good portion of difficult things, I think it kind of suffers. Is not suffers kind of harsh. Maybe it's because I don't have enough dupes into him, or a dupe into him, but like, or his highlight either. But it's like he does kind of not one thing, but just not a whole lot, which is fine, right? Not every character has to do everything, but you know what I mean. It's just like it just doesn't have a lot about him. I kind of just see him as my main damage dealer, which isn't a bad thing, of course. You can just get away with that, but like, you know, it's it's a meh for me. Like, again, great character, no disputes, but am I turning to him when, you know, when the times are tough kind of thing? Yeah, for the most part, but it's like there are other options, right? So that's my reasoning. But again, this list isn't to bash any of the characters, it's just again to show like who I'm using more, and out of all these 10 characters, like who is like the best in my opinion. And also like these characters' viabilities can like shift up during different metas too. So like Thor can go up to like number 1 someday, or maybe even Gambit or Juggernaut. So it's honestly like who knows for right now. But moving on to number 4 and 5. Now we have half of Emma. I think she, yeah, number 5. Actually, yeah, number 5. Her damage is decent. Her utility is much better. Like having dupes in her, like you can kind of see like where they left off of her, because if they just didn't like kind of get her behind her having dupes, she would have been the most broken character there is. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, the amount of stuff she has is nuts. I have 1 dupe into her already, that being like she can heal the whole team with one of her skills. Her applying confusion, that making the, you know, target enemy attack their own I guess enemies on the field, I guess. So they'll be confused and attack themselves. That alone's already busted. Like her doing like what I think her shard damage does extra when there's that like icicle shard from the ultimate on the field too. I think, I don't remember like wholeheartedly, but it's still really good. But yeah, honestly, Emma's kind of someone I need like from now on. Both hey, but that's the point. But like I think that she excels in the missions that like require you to think a bit. It's like, okay, how am I going to get past this certain kind of content without, you know, let's say using a DPS or without using a tank kind of thing, right? She has the ability to, like, you know, again, shift the tides in a way that, you know, not a lot of characters can do, right? I forget which video it was, but I think it was either a Mojo challenge or it was some other kind of challenge, I think. Maybe it was during Gambit, but I know I had to like dash around and keep on doing that. I had to use Emma because with her confusion, I could just, like, you know, confuse one enemy, have them attack people on their field, and then just heal at the same time. Like, it was just a constant thing, back and forth. I think that probably I maybe would not have beat her without her. Like, Gambit probably for sure would have beat it. I think it was his limited time event, but without Emma, I don't think I would have beat it. Like, I'm just being super real. I'm just being so for real here. Like, I don't think I would have. But oh no, she is at 5 spot for me. So hey, what can I say? Moving on to, and I'm actually surprised about this next character. I didn't think that I would actually first off like him in this game, because I just thought he'd be mid. But from what I've seen and tried and tested, he's that guy, man. I wholeheartedly, I'll take the blame, I'll take the fault of not knowing about him sooner. And like, I was unfamiliar with this game. This man Namor, he does things. He's up there. He is at number 4. Him, first off, applying healing and what, damage reduction, I think. off of a skill. Already like bro, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? Like that alone can be busted if you first off used correctly. But also, I don't know if they emphasized on that more into getting dupes of him. So like I'll have to check and see how that works. But if you can like build that up more, you get heal more. Like just what kind of ability is that, bro? That's just nuts. But he does have the same ability, kind of similar to Psylocke, where he ignores the shield that an enemy has, so that can just like ruin your day. Whether you're in PvP or you're fighting enemies, it can just ruin your day. Because let's say you have Invisible Woman on your team, and she, you know how she apply, and you know how she is. She applies shields to, of course, the team at the start of the match. And Captain America, he can provide shields from his ultimate. Namor can just ignore that and just eliminate you anyway. Like that alone is just like, it can be very annoying. However, it can be very beneficial to some missions, like the story mission that I did the other day. Like I just like that screams like, hey, you probably need Namor. But like just what he does alone, again, I didn't think it was gonna be that good. I just thought he was gonna be like meh. But from what I tested and seen and saw, like he's just honestly he's really good. Like his utility is great, damages, output's great. What he provides to the team is also great too. I didn't think he'd be more of like a team player either. Like he can definitely help too. I kind of want to try an all X-Men team. Well, I've done that before, but it was more mutant oriented. But like I want to try like, I guess, a version 2 of that where Namor's on that team and like how he can work with like Emma and, you know, Gambit, things like that. But yeah, he number 4. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, moving on to number 2 and 3. Invisi. That's it. Just Invisi. That's it. That's it. But getting back to it though, what more do I need to say about this goat right here? Applying the visible, applying blind, applying what's that move called? I forget the name of it, but basically she debuffs the enemy and allows you to do more ultimate damage, which alone is just like, bro, come on, what are we doing? I will say Hermes and Fantastic do go really well together, of course. But like when she's not a part of that, she still shines out in her own way too. And if you can't forget, you know, her applying shields to the whole team at the start of the battle. So can't, like, no complaints with her at all. But she comes in clutch almost like 90% of the time. Again, just you know, rinse and repeating the blind, the invisible, the, you know, buffing up the ultimate damage. It's like, what more could I ask from a character like this? Like she just does a bit too much. Her damage is okay. It's decent for the most part. It's not like game-breakingly good, but like again, her utility makes up for it. So, Invisible Woman, number 3. I gotta actually speed through though because this video is getting kind of long. So moving on to number 2, Captain. No, actually, I think number 2 is actually Scarlet Witch. Shockingly, I honestly would have put Scarlet Witch number 1. And honestly, it might be interchangeable to be honest, but the only reason why I'm not putting her number 1 is because she, although she is similar to Iron Man in terms of like she kind of focuses on the damage output and being like, you know, that ranged character, I do think she provides a little bit more for herself, mainly, not really for her teammates. I'll say that. But it's just again, like what she does on the battlefield is just disgusting. Like she just shreds down every single person. That's there's not a game where I probably don't use her. Like that's, unless like the mode actually requires for it, or yeah, you know what I mean. Like other than that, I'm most likely using Scarlet Witch as my main damage dealer. It's just how it is. She just does too much damage and it's not fair. I don't know if she'll ever fall off. That's the scary part. Like I mean it's good, but like also kind of scary. But like I wonder like how like a year from now, like how she's gonna age. Like will she still be that top end damage dealer? Like would she still, you know, be the top ranks? But like she, to me, she's up there. She is genuinely up there. What more can I say about her? She's just that good. She's literally just that good. Moving on to number 1, which I guess is a no-brainer. Captain America. Now this is someone actually, like, I don't think anybody's gonna agree with this, but hear me out here. When he first released, we were all like, whoa, this man sucks. This is not how you release a character at all. But then we let it marinate, as you should. You should definitely let things marinate when it comes to, you know, characters releasing this game. I will say his highlight makes him a lot better, but the stuff he provides overall, like, let's be honest here, no other characters well, not a lot of characters are doing that. I know Dream Queen does have that bottom manipulation that Captain America kind of has too. Namor having the damage reduction off one of his skills is nice too. But it's like Captain America kind of just does both of that just for being him, you know what I mean? His damage is not the greatest, but again, what he provides to the team is just essential. Like, he is my main like defensive character on the field. Like, don't get me wrong, like I will use these two every now and then, but Captain America is just the go-to. Like, if I need someone to manipulate mana, give me extra damage, put him in. If we need extra defense, put him in. If I need a shield, I'll put him in. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like, what more can I ask for? Also, him having the taunt too does come in very handy, because there are some enemies that just get like very overwhelming, and like you need them to like get off of one of your back end characters. So him having the taunt also works like well in your favor too. And if you use the cosmic cube as well, that allows him, he just uses the move quicker and quicker. It's just what can work. It's just, he's just that good, man. What can I say? But honestly, again, like I said, this can honestly be kind of interchangeable, like, because I use them I think a equal amount of times too. The only thing is just like, I think Captain America has, like, out of everyone, he probably has one of the most utility in the game, at least in my opinion. But that's gonna go ahead and do it for this video. Kind of a long one, honestly, but you know what? You gotta do these things. You got to do these things. Let me know what you guys think of this top 10 list in the comment section below. Will this change? Most definitely. It's not gonna stay the same. It's just for like right now, as for this month, these are what the characters are going to be like. That like I think impact the meta in some way. Honorable mentions though, Psylocke is good. Angela's for some reason has some resurgence. I don't. Y'all know me. As much as Angela's a cool character to me, she just, at least I thought she didn't have much viability in this game. But maybe, I think with the whole, I guess, Namor addition, she just got like a bit more oomph to her kit, I guess. She's just more viable. I'll have to test that out and see, but hey, I don't know. But yeah, Psylocke definitely honorable mention. Angela, you're just there. I'm sorry. But anyways, let me know your opinions about this list in the comment section below, whether you agree or disagree. I would like for it to be known in the comment section below. With that being said, my name is LC. Have an amazing day. God bless, and I'll catch you all in the next Marvel Mystic Mayhem video.